Good morning, guys. Marco here, and as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Doing some work here in the workshop, of course, like I always do. You know, I'm a dusty old ass, because that's what I am, old and crusty and dusty. And I'm trying to understand something here. Okay. Carson Wentz. I know it's got nothing to do with the Cowboys, but this is actually real. I'm trying to understand. First thing, the NFL is a copycat league. We all know that. When something works for one team, everybody else looks and says, "Let's do that because it can work." And when you see Tom Brady in the Super Bowl this year with Tampa Bay, who's done nothing for quite a while. You all of a sudden look and say, that worked for Tampa Bay, then maybe I need to just go out and get me a different quarterback. Now, I'll say this. There's not a lot of quarterbacks that are like Tom Brady. Let's be real here. Tom Brady, you know what? You convinced me. I thought it was all Bill Belichick. That was just a great coach that could always get his team there. But you know what? Got to give it to the GOAT. He truly is the GOAT. And so now we see the biggest quarterback upheaval in probably ever in football. I mean, already seeing Jared Goff traded for, going in a trade with 2 number ones and a third for Matthew Stafford still blows my mind. And the fact that the Texans are asking for 3 number ones, possibly, allegedly, for Deshaun Watson says, wow. But I'm trying to understand the situation with Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, whether it's he digressed because of his own inactions, or if he digressed because the coaching wasn't the right coaching, or if he digressed because maybe Doug Peterson really didn't want him. I don't know what it was. But clearly, the dynamic was Doug Peterson and Carson Wentz. That's why he said, I want to be traded. Once he got benched, he basically wanted to be traded. Okay, I understand that. Sometimes you look at it and say, I hate that son bitch. He benched me for no good reason, and it's really his garbage ass offense, the way he's play calling and stuff. I can't succeed in this offense. I can get that. I can understand that. I can appreciate that. And I understand pro football players looking and saying, I only have so much time, and I don't want to waste my career here. Now, this is different than back in the day, before there was free agency and before you could, have a hissy fit. Although Carson Palmer was one of the first ones. Carson Palmer, who's talking about Dak, Dak needs to take a team-friendly deal, when this guy took $175 million and had 1 playoff win. That's kind of crazy to me. But he literally said, I want to be traded, and basically threatened to retire if you don't trade me. He forced their hand. So I'm looking now and understanding that the Eagles said, you know what, Carson Wentz, we side with you. Okay? We believe you're more important than Doug Peterson. I understand that. You got a, $100 million plus investment in him that you're going to have to pay one way or another. Hook or by crook, it's going to cost you. And so they say, we're going to appease you. We're going to get rid of the guy that you don't like. Okay. I understand that completely. But now, after literally destroying the Eagles, you still want to be traded? This is one of those things that it doesn't make sense to me. Why not just say to the Eagles, listen, I just want to be done. I think it's just too hard here. I don't care if Doug Peterson comes back or whatever. It's time for me to move on. And I think it's best for both of us. And I want to try and make it easy. I can understand, I can appreciate that. But if he said nothing, or if he's like, I just want to be out of here because of Doug Peterson, then you just maybe screwed the Eagles. You may have literally destroyed the team. Because ultimately, they can trade you before the bonus is signed, at least that drops down the dead money to $33 million, which is still money that they're paying you. And you have to question, to me, I would have to be leery. And I know that there's not a lot of choices out there. There's not a lot of choices as far as quarterbacks. And I'm not saying Carson Wentz is a bad quarterback. I think Carson Wentz needs some growing up, and I think he needs the right coach and system for him to succeed. And that's true about any quarterback. You know, you can't just say he's going to be great because he's just, no. A lot of times guys become great because of the coaching. Steve Young looked like ass with Tampa Bay, but he goes to San Francisco and becomes a Hall of Famer. And I don't think if he stays in Tampa Bay that he's a Hall of Famer. Just don't. But I'd have to be leery for the next team that's trading for him. And have to worry, is this guy going to check out? Is this guy going to do this to us? I mean, Doug Peterson, you won a Super Bowl just 3 years ago. And you've literally turned the back on the franchise and the people. Maybe this goes back to the whole Nick Foles situation, which again, the Eagles sided with Carson Wentz. But to see that statue of Doug Peterson and Nick Foles, it just blows my mind. And I tell you what else blows my mind is, I was looking this morning at some Eagles stuff because they were talking about, Adam Schefter basically said that they believe that Carson Wentz has played his last play in Philadelphia. But I was seeing another article where somebody said, to back up Jalen Hurts, should the Eagles sign Nick Foles? Wow. You talk about going full circle. Could you imagine if the Eagles traded Carson Wentz and then bring back Nick Foles? The Folian Society, as Philly 500 would say, would go crazy. They'll go through and say, we wasted all these years. Put Nick Foles in. Nick Foles, the only quarterback to win a Super Bowl for the Eagles. It's crazy. And this goes back now, as I look here, as I look at the wake of mega trades to draft quarterbacks or mega trades to get quarterbacks, I'm wondering if it's the pressure of all that people gave up to get that guy that ends up making it that much harder for them to succeed. Because as you think about Carson Wentz, the Eagles trading first with Tampa Bay and then trading with Cleveland to draft him, the draft capital and the expectations and the hype that was built up on this guy, you almost look at this and say the hype is unobtainable. The same thing with Jared Goff. Jared Goff, the number one guy. They gave up all this stuff. You know, you got to the Super Bowl and things, but that pressure that's on you to succeed because of what the team put on you. I'm wondering if that is part of the reason why some of these guys fail. Because I don't remember too many times that you've had mega deals like this that have worked out for the team that's thinking, we're just that one player away. I just don't. I mean, I think about RG3, 3 number ones for him. I think about these two guys right here. It just doesn't seem to work out, trading up and trading draft picks to succeed. I challenge you guys to find one of these deals where somebody's given up mega draft capital that it ends up being the guy that gets him in the Super Bowl. I just don't think it does. Anyway, I need to get back to work here. Got this big ass countertop that I gotta sand out and get ready to start varnishing. And I got more racks for you guys to do. And we'll be working in here tonight. My man DMV will be in. We'll be doing a first and second round mock draft where he's going to try and convince me that we need Kyle Pitts. Yeah. All right. Peace.